It's not like that I've cleared my FRM in one go. It was my fault. I took it very casually. I didn't had a time, to solve the paper and all.
When did you completed your full reading of the content? Which month?
By Feb, I was able to complete all the lectures.
And when did you completed the question bank?
I was not able to complete all the questions, but majorly I was able to complete around 70 to 80%.
But you were not afraid that okay, I'm leaving 30% questions.
No, for that 30%, it was from the theory chapter.
How many mock papers did you solve?
I solved three mock papers of yours, sir. And then in the third mock paper, I got 46.
46. Okay. But again the number came down, 46. And then when you went to the exam, before the exam, what was the confidence level?
Everything was chill. There was no fear.
When you came out of the exam, what was the confidence level? How much you will be scoring in the actual exam? What was that?
Somewhere deep inside my heart, it was like this time I gave the best.
Three tips that you would like to give to a student who is preparing for the FRM exam. What would be that?
Daily you have to study. That's for sure.
Hello, guys. Hi, this is Ganesh Naik. I help finance professionals and students to excel in their careers and become a better version of themselves. And I also help students preparing for competitive exams in finance like CFA, FRM, and SCR. And we have with us one of our students who has been able to clear the May 2024 exam, okay, for FRM Level 1. And he's going to be talking about his journey of preparing for the exam, what challenges he faced, and how he managed to clear the exam. So we have with us Ankush Sharma. So Ankush, first of all, thank you very much for joining us. And if you can tell us when you started the preparation for FRM, okay, what was the profile that you were managing, or what was the work that you were doing?
Okay. First of all, thank you for all the support, sir. Because of your help, I was able to clear the FRM level one exam. And thank you for all the support. Means okay. So so before that, it's not like that I've cleared my FRM in one go. I didn't clear my exam in 2022. I gave my first attempt in 2022 November attempt, but somehow I didn't clear it. It was my fault. Means I was not preparing what I have to prepare for. Means it's like means I took it very casually. Uh, didn't practice much questions. So now I gave the exam in 2024 May attempt. So there was a gap of almost 2 years. So after giving my first attempt, so I was not prepared, to give my second attempt. Usually, what people do that the concepts are still in their head. Okay, so they don't require much time to prepare for the next attempt. But somehow I took 2 years. But that time after 2 years means I was like I have to give the exams if I have to excel in my career. So experience and all will surely will help, but if you will have some degree with you, which can prove that you have a knowledge, so I decided to give the 2024 attempt, May 2024 attempt. So this time I was more prepared. I had everything in my head. Where was the shortfall? Where I was not good at preparing. So I note down everything, and I made sure that uh, I have to sit every day. I have to sit for study. Means whatever it may be, even if a half an hour, even if it may be an half an hour. At that time when I'm more tired, not willing to study. Still, I will sit for half. Means I will just open the book and let's see how long I can, extend that session. Means that was the motive. Like that, I have to do the FRM. Means
So for the second attempt, when did you started your preparation?
in November, by November, I've started. I contact you and I told you that, sir, first time, I took the classes from you, but somehow because of me, I didn't clear the exam. But that time you helped me. Okay, not to worry, karke. And then you gave the access of it. But this time I didn't took the live lecture. I took the this recording lecture.
Video lectures.
Some knowledge means before I took the live lecture in 2022. So there I had some sense in me that how the lectures goes, and also I was like if I'll do the normal recorded lecture, I can manage it.
Okay. And then so you were watching the video, reading the textbook, correct?
Right, right.
And when were you solving? Immediately?
No, 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 not immediately. So mine work was like I was working in a UK shift in Morning Star. So I didn't had a time, to solve the paper and all. So what I decided for myself, that first I'll go with all the lectures, to make myself understand that I still can recollect my previous all learnings and all. So I started watching all the lectures, and after finishing the lectures I contact you ki, sir, I want to start the revision and I also want to solve the paper. So what can I do? So you told that go through the crash course. Now there is none, means there is no need to go for the you can again to go with all the lecture. You go for the crash course and then you can solve the papers. So after going through all the lectures, then I started to go through the crash course to understand what are the major chunk in that particular subject, and then I started to solve the paper.
When did you completed your full reading of the content? Which month?
By Feb, I was able to complete all the lectures.
Okay, and then you started the revision and solving of the question bank.
Right, right, right.
And when did you completed the question bank?
I was not able to complete all the questions, but majorly I was able to complete around 70 to 80%. Mid of April, I was able to complete all the, I mean, 70 to 80%. I was able to.
Why did you left the remaining 30% chapters?
By that time, I wanted to solve the mock paper, and I wanted to, solve the mock paper more religiously. So I wanted to give myself a time to solve the mock paper, sir.
But you were not afraid that okay, I'm leaving 30% questions.
No, for that 30%, it was from the theory chapter, like foundation course and all, where I was,
Acha.
more confident that, okay, foundation thing, I can do it like that. And I was
Okay,
more clear
okay.
about the subject also. So it was that. But majorly for the book two and book four, book three, I took it more seriously.
Okay, and then when did you started solving the mock papers?
Frankly speaking, sir, in May itself, because I was in a transition period by that time, so there was a lot of thing what I was managing. So I for that in the 10 day of last April, end of the April 10 day, I was very busy with some of the other work, but. From the first May, I started to solve the mock paper, but it's too late. It's too late to start. Means if I can give advice to other, it's too late to start. You have to start by if you have 20 days or 25 days remaining, you must start practicing mock paper.
How many mock papers did you solve?
I solved three mock papers of yours, sir.
Acha, what was the score that you were getting those in those mock papers?
In first mock paper I was able to score around 50. In second mock paper, second mock paper, I purposely took more time, more than 4 hours, to understand the concept and to solve. At that time I got around 60 percentage passing marks, and then in the third mock paper I got 46.
46. Okay, but again the number came down 46.
Yes, yes, number came down, but I made sure that whatever question I made wrong, I again went through the concept. Means I made myself clear that thing, if you are not getting the marks, which is fine, but in which concept you are not getting the marks, you should know, means where you mistaken.
So proper analysis of the mocks you did.
Yes, yes, yes. Means I was this time I was prepared that I have to solve the mock. Means this time I'll not miss.
And then when you went to the exam, before the exam, what was the confidence level?
So I was very neutral. I was like, "Ki, Ankush, I know this time you have prepared more, and so this time you will able to do much better than what you did in your previous exam." So this was the confidence I had. Means everything was chill. There was no fear. I know I have solved the mock paper, so there will be a no time lag for me. Means I was able to complete the mock paper on time. So mock actually helps. Sir. Mock actually helps.
And now when you went to the actual exam, you started solving. In the first half an hour, what happened?
Time was never in my head. Means I started to see the paper and I started to solve. Means there was no like means I used to see the time in between that okay, my 20 question has been completed and this is the time. So it was up to it was up to par. Means I was able to complete the paper within time. Means even I had the 10 to 15 minutes left with me. Means to to go through some questions.
Okay.
I was looking at the question, and if I can see that okay, I understood the question, and I am able to mark the answer, I used to mark the answer, and I used to move to the next question. The question which I used to, some question which I took more than 1 minute or 2 minutes to understand what is being asked in the question, I used to just take the question and used to take as a mark as a review, and then I used to move ahead. I never used to stuck with the questions. I used to see the
Okay.
question. You understood the question. You can, verify the which answer should be the correct one. I used to mark the answer. I used to move ahead. And the question which I used to feel difficult means it will take more time. I used to mark as a review, and I used to move ahead.
So if I may ask, how many theory questions or how many calculation questions that you found in your exam?
More than 70% is a theory question. Theory question was more than 70%.
How many questions you marked for review total?
4 to 5 questions, sir.
Acha, only 4 to 5. You said that you want to go and check back again.
Yes. 4 to 5 questions. Because if there is more than 10 questions, more than 20 questions, if you have marked as a review, it means you will take more time. That's for sure. Means it will take more time. So I made sure the question which has the difficulties, to that question I only used to mark as a review. And where the question means I was confused between the two answer, means I'm not able to select which is one the right one. At that question also I used to mark as a review. But I gave more preference to that question where I was completely blank, means what could be the answer to this.
At an overall level, did you found the actual exam tougher than the mock or easier than the mock?
I could say it was aligned, sir. It was more aligned to the mock test. Means the difficulty level was more aligned. Means if you solve the mock paper, you will have that sense of confidence while giving the exam.
When you came out of the exam, what was the confidence level? How much you will be scoring in the actual exam? What was that?
It was not in my mind, sir. Surely it was not in my mind. But somewhere deep inside my heart, it was like this time I gave the best. Means from my previous one, this time I gave my best. So let's see what will be the result. Means that's what the thing.
Okay. Now, if I ask you, if what is the three tips that you would like to give to a student who is preparing for the FRM exam, what would be that?
Daily you have to study, that's for sure. You cannot escape from it. Maybe for half an hour, or maybe you have a job. See, I used to stay in Mumbai Western Line. I used to travel to Navi Mumbai. So there is a 1.5 hour travel one side. So daily 3 hours travel is there, that's for sure. So what I used to do, I used to download the lecture and I used to see while traveling in a train. So I used to make sure that daily there should be some input in your studies, means which you have to give. You cannot escape from it. Okay, you can make plans according to their adjustment. Like, do you want to watch every lecture and then solve the paper, or first you want to see every lecture and then you want to start the answering the questions or solving the questions? But you need to give every day. You need to study for every day. That's for sure. Maybe a lecture, maybe a book reading, but you need to do it every day. And then mock paper is compulsory, sir. Means I would definitely, means my last attempt in 2022 attempt, what I missed was mock test. Means I didn't solve the mock test. So this time I was more prepared that whatever it may take, means I have to give the mock test. And how much mock test I can give means it may be 2 3 4, how much means I can prepare to give, that much I will give mock test, because mock test really helps her. The basic thing is when you see the lecture, uh, so there is a thing that what like means means what you are explaining, so I am listening. Okay, but when you actually solve the paper now, actually solve the mock test now, it's like what your mind is taking, means how your mind is actually understanding what has been written. Because what you will say, I will listen. I will means under the assumption that okay, I understood what he said. But actually when you solve the paper, you solve the mock test, you will understand how much you have understand the concept. So that's the real game changer. Yes, so mock test and solving the paper is a must. Means it will actually tell you how much you have retained the concept, in your mind. So mock test solving is paper is, and daily you have to study 1 hour or 2 hour, whatever it may take, but daily you have to study.
Wonderful, wonderful, Ankush. I mean, this conversation, because see, you didn't clear the exam, you didn't lose the hope, even though you were coming after two years gap. You didn't lose the hope. You said, no, I want to give this exam and I want to clear this exam. Okay, and before your exam also, I know there was a lot of transition that you were mentioning that happened. So obviously, if anybody else would have been there, his pattern would have broken. So that you managed, you gave the mock papers, three mock papers, and when the score was also very low, you got
Yes,
46 and
yes.
16 40, still you went to the exam with confidence. So I think so that is one thing which every student can take,
There is
right?
nothing to fear. Means if you have studied, you can give the exam. Means there is nothing to fear. Means fear will draw you back. Means it will make you fear, and then you miss out on the time while giving the exam.
So you were completely in the exam, so every day you're thinking about the exam. That brings you in that flow of clearing the exam actually.
Right, right. I'll tell you one thing. When I was flying to Dubai, means when I was flying to Dubai, I have downloaded the mock, which where I made some mistake, and in while I was in the plane, I used to means I was going through the questions where I made the mistake. In that 3 hours flight also. So means it's like how much you can even give a 5 minutes. It's like that means if you got the 5 minutes, let see the questions means where you went wrong. See the questions.
So this consistency of going back to the exam, going back, preparing, I think so that helped you a lot.
Yes, yes. Whatever time I got, even the 5 minutes, if I'm free for 10 minutes also, I know that I can't study for that 10 minutes. But let go through the question where I went wrong.
See, somebody who is serious now, he will find a time. It is like
Yes,
that.
yes, yes,
So definitely, this conversation will be motivating for a lot of students, especially people who could not clear. So for them
yes, yes.
also, this is going to be motivation that you've started again from scratch and you've cleared the exam. So
Right.
wonderful, Ankush. This is really motivating for a lot of students. Wonderful, wonderful conversation, Ankush. So thank you very much again for your time and talking to us and giving insights on your journey. Thank you.
Thank you, sir. Thank you for all the support, sir. Thank you.